Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got a new weapon mod here. I even looked up how to pronounce this. This is the Pulemyot 762 from the newest Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. It's based off of a real-life weapon, the PKP pecheneg. We got it here. It's a fucking big-ass LMG. Technically considered a medium machine gun, according to the Wikipedia article I read. Okay? It's a better version of the PKM. It's a Russian machine gun. They mount it's an infantry weapon, but it also can be mounted to light vehicles and so on and so forth. Now this mod is really cool. It looks cool. It's a big old heavy gun. It's gonna make some loud noises in your ears as I shoot it here. Right? All those nice Call of Duty fancy reload animations, all that stuff. Now this mod has some weird jank in third person. We'll show that off here. Like it just looks a little weird, right? Like it works. It functions anyway, right? But it isn't exactly perfect, and it's not compatible with power armor at all. So if you're a power armor user, maybe don't consider this mod. You can't really use this gun with power armor. It's apparently broken entirely. We might take a look at that a little bit later on in the video, if I remember to anyway. Yeah, even in third person it looks fine. The carry handle is just doing the weird wobbly things, right? Like as you see there. And it's bouncing around. I guess it still does the same thing as doing here. Is that not a carry? It must be the carrying handle, right? It looks really nice, but the way this animates, like, it's got a big heavy machinery gun. Like, apparently, like the real life gun, I was looking into this, the improvements is like some kind of gas system in the inside of it or whatever. I'm not too much of a gun nerd, you guys. I know the gun nerds in the comments are going to get on my case. But this is a cool gun. It's a cool gun. I'd like it. It's, we're running with it here. It's Call of Duty-fied in its animations and stuff. Like, this is what it looks like when you're using it in Call of Duty. I've used this gun a lot in Call of Duty because, it's a light machine gun technically in that game. But just big, heavy. It's got a lot of recoil though. Big 125 round box magazine there. Box belt magazine. I don't know exactly what you call that. You can craft this weapon for yourself at the chemistry station though. It's got like a separate utility section here for 5 steel. And it shoots 7.62 ammunition, which I believe is from the MWIII DLC. Like, that's the same ammunition that... No, it actually doesn't have its own ammunition here, I believe, actually. I thought about that. So there's this utility section here where you can craft it for 5 steel, but there's also this own section here where you can craft the ammo for it. You can also craft the weapon this way, which is a lot harder to do. I don't know why you would ever craft it the hard way. And you can craft the ammunition for yourself here. It actually uses its own custom added to the game ammunition, not the 7.62 from the MWIII DLC, my mistake. So you can use 10 lead and 20 steel, and then you can make 200 rounds, or you can use 200 steel and 100 lead and make a big 2,000 rounds, and then you're never going to run out of ammo ever again. Now that's not true. This thing is a big beefy boy, right? Like, let's see that pull-out animation again, though, just because it's nice. Oh, man. It is a cool looking gun, even just like without any attachments. Now, obviously, a big feature of most Call of Duty guns and Call of Duty stuff is that it has a lot of attachments and a lot of different things you can use on it. So only automatic receivers make sense. Automatic powerful, obviously the way to go. You can put laser sights on here. I'm imagining they're not going to do a huge lot, but some of these are flashlights, right? So flashlights probably are actually working and good. We'll put a flashlight on there. So we have armor piercing ammo here, which does less damage, but higher damage from passing through cover is a Call of Duty thing. I imagine it's going to actually just pierce armor. Frangible reduces range but delays healing, right? High velocity just increases range. Incendiary should light things on fire. Mono, velocity and penetration, not so much of a big deal, right? Some of these things are just directly from Call of Duty. We talked about this before. Suppresses and controls with hotter rounds that afflict the target with increased flinch. That's not a thing, right? Like, these are Call of Duty things. We can put incendiary rounds on there though, because that doesn't... I mean, some of these rounds do reduces bullet range while increasing flinch. This just does more damage, right? The overpressure technically are the best for damage. You do lose some accuracy for that, but you maximize the damage of the things. We're gonna put fire rounds on there because I just think that'd be fun. All the different little Call of Duty scopes on here. Hopefully some of these will work. We'll put some of them on there. You can go all the way up to 200 round mag if you want to be nuts about it. You don't really need it. I think the 125 default is enough, but you can. Different stocks here, right? So right now we have just a default stock, but you can put like a heavy stock on there. Built for recoil control and operated to fire from the hip. Sure, dude. Let's put that on there for now. Light barrel. It's supposed to make you aim quicker and stuff. It does increase your accuracy stat. Heavy barrel for reduced recoil. Pyro barrel. Pyro heavy barrel. And then the short barrel, significant increase in handling, but greatly reduces range and a little bit of accuracy. Let's see if that does that actually. You could put a bipod on there. It does say it gives more accuracy. I guess we'll put it on there just to see. Different muzzle brakes and suppressors of all different kinds of varieties. Obviously, it's going to sound different suppressed. We'll put a suppressor on there. Why not? You could put a little pistol grip on the thing. It's supposed to be, you know, these things reduce accuracy or increase handling. I'm not sure if they're going to do that. And this is, I know I'm bringing this up every time I cover a Call of Duty gun. But like, this is supposed to improve handling. I don't know if it's going to. We got the short barrel on there. I don't like this thing too. We have some skins. Some actual skins, and they actually work. So Marigold, Rubber Rampage, and then the shotgun on. Let's put the Marigold on. I like that yellow color there. And then a damage multiplier in case you feel like the weapon isn't hitting hard enough. With about 150 damage, though, I'm sure it's fine. The sight looks good here. The colors on the weapon look good. They kind of look a little bit gaudy, I think. Whether the flashlight work? The flashlight does work. It's a little bit weird with the way that lighting is working with the flashlight. That might be my lighting mods and stuff, right? Like, because it's not really like going out in the way you would think it would. Maybe it's just the flashlight on the mod. You know, it's tough to tell when you have a bunch of mods installed. But you can put a laser sight and stuff on here instead. I guess we didn't test the recoil of anything. We put a different skin on there, but the skins are all kind of like, some of these skins don't go with the stocks and so on and so forth, right? Like, or the you know, barrels and stuff, so it doesn't really work out together, right? Like, it's just kind of the main thing. This Marigold skin seems to apply to the whole thing. That's why I kind of put that one on there. Let's check out a different. We got to see what it sounds like suppressed, but let's put a different sight on there. Obviously, you see here, they just kind of extend forever. Not really forever, but we'll put a 4 times on there just to see if that works at all. We got the 200 round box on there now. What else we need to do? We could put on. We have a suppressor. We got to try the suppressor. We have the, what is it? The flashlight, the tactical. So we can put on like hipfire laser boxes that are supposed to be helpful. Supposed to increase hipfire accuracy and all that stuff. We'll see about that. We'll see. Obviously, our flashlight is on. Doing weird things, right? Now we're back to regular flashlight. We have a green laser. It does look like it's on. This is our 4 times scope. Doesn't work at all. That's unfortunate, right? Like, that is not good, right? Like, the press sound is kind of nice, though. It's still got chunk to it, right? Like, it's still like a chunky boy, even when suppressed. The sight not working is bad. That's not great, right? Like, it's, you know, I'm just putting that energy out there. Like a 3.4 times scope on there, we'll see that. But yeah, different lasers, different flashlights. Like, this is supposed to be a better flashlight. I'll put that on there. Maybe that one will work better. Maybe, like I said, maybe it is my lighting. That one seems to work. Let's see, the shadows in there are weird. Like, it's doing weird stuff. It's interacting weirdly with the shadow quality I have on there. This scope doesn't work as well. Like, so that's not, having a good chunk of scopes not work. This is a huge mod too. I want to mention this off rip. The flashlight is just weird. Let's just put a regular laser on there. But the different sights not working is not great at all. Because obviously they shouldn't be there if they don't work, right? Like, 4 times. Like, it seems like any like decently long range scope doesn't work on here, which is not. Yeah, that's just another black box that you can't see through it. The recoil does seem better. It's hard to tell, like with the scope on there, but it is more vertical at least. We do have a short barrel on there. We can make different things, but we put the stock on there to reduce recoil and stuff like that. The fact that some of these sights don't work. So the first sight we checked did work, like these Cronin Mini ones and stuff. But like anything long, like a thermal sight is probably not gonna. I'm trying. We put the bipod on there. This is supposed to help with accuracy, but I don't know. There's no real mounting system, right? And technically, we made a grip on it that's supposed to improve handling. I don't know if that's true at all. Because technically, like, I guess this is supposed to help with weapon mobility. These stocks, right? Like, it's always a weird thing for me. This sight actually works quite well, though. It's not, like, gonna thermal, but it is at least visible reticle. And we're recoiling out, but we're shooting so many rounds that you're never gonna recoil that high. Like, it's mostly that at maximum, I bet. Like, probably, like, good 10 rounds of sustained fire. And I can pull it down here, which I am doing now. And I can keep it on target on that, like, safe spot of the tree through the entire 200 round box magazine. So, you know, it's not like you're hurting too bad on that. A little bit longer to reload with the bigger box, right? Bigger, heavier box, more reload. I really wouldn't say necessarily it has improved handling time, but it is, I mean, it doesn't handle poorly. It does look like that Call of Duty ADS animation, though, right? Like that very much that style. I know some people really dislike Call of Duty guns and Fallout. Some people just, you know, don't like Call of Duty, which is fine. You're allowed. You're not, you know, no one's making you download nothing. I do like the holotherm side. I'm glad that it works, right? Like, it just sucks that you have to kind of go through here and be like, does this work? Does this work? Does this, right? Like, does this optic work? Does this one work? Let's take the bipod off, though. I mean, there's other things you could do. You could increase range with different things. Like, obviously, we could do the overpressured rounds. Slightly lower accuracy. Different lasers of different colors and stuff. This blocks optics. It does not, though. Technically, this is the one that you're supposed to use as a laser to aim down sight with. But this optic definitely works. And the laser does seemingly match up with it, right? I like this optic a lot. Like a little clean, just a basic little box. The yellow reticle is kind of hard to see. We are kicking up a little bit more without the bipod for sure, though. I think I can keep it on target still, though. Yeah, it's a recoiling, but like you essentially just pull straight down slightly, and then you can keep it right on target. But you can do different stuff. I mean, obviously, if you really are one of those people that have a tough time controlling recoil, there's attachments you can put on the weapon. You can kind of make this what you want, but different laser sights, if you want green or red or, right, hip fire accuracy more accurate, we'll see about that. I'll put the bipod back on there because I do think it is helping. But you can put on like a muzzle brake or different other suppressors. This suppressor, I don't mean, they're all different kinds. This is increased accuracy and recoil control, but these compensators or flash hiders are significant increase of recoil control. This is a muzzle brake. This makes the gun loud again, which is fine. You could also put on like this heavy barrel, right, which is supposed to reduce recoil as well. So you can put like the big long barrel on there. Have a nice little red laser. I wouldn't necessarily. Maybe the hip fire accuracy is slightly better. It's probably just fine anyway. I mean, that's definitely kicking up more to the right now, right? Like the loudness of this gun is insane, though. But it's something I can keep on target. Let's see how well I can keep it on target. We'll reset it. Yeah, see, it's definitely wobbling more to the right now, where I could control that. But once you get settled into firing the fuck out of it, that's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot of shit right there. I tell you what. So, you know, different things. I think the suppress is the way to go, just because suppressors are really good. Sneak attack criticals and stuff like that and all that. You can put the flashlight on there if you want to. Let's put like a colossal suppressor on there. And then like try to maybe recoil control everything. Recoil control for a more stable firing experience. The longest range, highest accuracy barrel, probably the way to go on that, huh? And then like we put a fast stock on there, but we could put that heavy stock back on there for recoil control again. I think I'm gonna go with the default skin. I just like the look of my guns clean. Even in Call of Duty, when you get like cool, fancy, I put gold on my gun. I'm like, dog, the default naked gun looks nice, right? Yeah, that recoil control is a lot better though. With the combination of all the attachments you put on there, we can actually. There's some attachments here actually affecting recoil control, and this is gonna be our big, fucking heavy LMG. We're just gonna like find a spot, start raining shit down on people, and that's gonna be the plan on how we test that out in combat, because that's what an LMG does. You just kind of hold a position and then just fucking rain fire down on motherfuckers. I think I do want the incendiary ammo though, just because I want to let people on fire. It does slightly increase accuracy. 149 damage is enough. It doesn't say it does fire damage. I want to see if it actually does do that. Nice range and accuracy stats, I think, for a light machine gun here. You could do different scopes, but like the fact that some of them don't work is unfortunate. And you can make a damage modifier on there if you really feel like it's not doing enough damage. Like, I want kind of a longer range scope, but I feel like all of those are broken, right? Like, the more long range it is, like a 2.5 times, can I get that to work? Anything that's got, like, it's a black box. See, it's still a black box. That's unfortunate. That needs to get fixed. Or you just take them out. Just like, I mean, I don't know how like exactly the porting of that works. Like, I'm sure this is just, I mean, if you custom made it from Call of Duty, then why the scope's not work, right? Like, it's because like they're requiring something that Call of Duty has that Fallout doesn't have, I feel like, right? I just want a scope, like a longer range scope that kind of works. Like, there's a lot of scopes here too, to be fair. There's a lot of stuff, but some of the fact that a big chunk of them don't work, right? Like, this one isn't gonna work, I bet you. Watch. It's just like, it's a black box. It's a black box, man. It just doesn't work, right? Like, you have to kind of mess with that a lot. I don't like that. I'm not trying to, I hate being super negative about things, you guys. I really do. I like try to be positive about things. I'm not trying to like shit on people's hard work and mods that they make and stuff, right? But like, I just want the scopes to work, right? Like, that's not too much to ask. Like, it's a hollow sight. Maybe the hollow sight will work? Yeah, the hollow sight looks like it. That's clean enough, right? All different kinds of scopes. Your personal preference on that. Your preference on a lot of these different things. Recoil control, movement speed. I don't know if the movement speed really changes up the handling actually too much, so, or your laser sight, or whether you want the flashlight or not. Like I said, maybe it's causing weird issues with my particular setup here. You can compensate it if you want to make it loud, help with the recoil control, but I think the suppressor is kind of the way to go. It's a suppressive weapon. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I think you know, different scopes, and like I really like a lot of different, just mostly red dot sights. So it's really like pick a reticle, but the scope is also different. It's a little mini sight, right? Like, or whatever, right? Like, I really wish this one, like something like this would work, but you can literally see the purple texture, the missing texture quality for that. I mean, at least you can see through it, but like, it is missing the files. That's what the purple texture is like it just doesn't have those things. I'm going to customize the weapon a little bit more, and then we're going to get into some combat, though. I'm going to find a scope that I can actually use. Like, this scope is like one I use a lot for long-range stuff in Call of Duty. The Eagle Eye here, 2.5 times, doesn't work, right? Like, it's a really nice looking 2.5. Anything long-range on this, anything that's got like an actual scope to it rather than just being like a reflex-style sight doesn't seemingly work, which is unfortunate, because that does give you a lot of the benefit of using the weapon at range. But you could do something simple here, like this Slimline Pro sight, which is very, you know, just nice little reflex reticle. That works just fine. We're going to test the weapon out in some combat, though, and I will see you guys when I get there. Alright, everybody, currently being shot at by blowflies and shit as you kind of spawn in. Guy way up there. We're just kind of, I mean, it's just like one bullets people, so really you're just vaguely shooting at people to say you are. Check out VAT's accuracy. I'm shooting the dog through the thing. Penetrator perk. It's not actually penetrating, though, huh? Is that going to work? No. Oh, it did. It did. Penetrator perk. But we don't need like armor-piercing bullets in this game for that, right? Like, perfect. That guy's dead. Super duper easy. We're actually gonna head down here though. The intention was to fast travel here just so we could head over here because there's this nice quarry over here. It's got a nice high ground point. Well, let's reload it. We're gonna need all 200 of these rounds probably. But we can overlook this and then like kind of make a position, like a machine gun or position. Oh, it's a machine gun, like a light machine gun to me. It's essentially a sniper rifle, except for we shoot a lot of bullets with it. You're just raining fire. So is there anybody down here? There's somebody right there. I mean, we're still sneaking and stuff too, though. There might not be as many people here as I thought. Definitely still somebody down there, though. The VAT's accuracy is really bad, but somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm just killing things. I mean, I wish that's why I wish some of the longer range scopes would work, because I think I could see a lot better down here. I'm like using VATs to find targets, but like there's some guy in here. I can't really quite see him. So we're gonna move around here a little bit. You're dead, right? Like, somebody's shooting at me way down there. I mean, even my long range and accuracy. Did that work in VATS? It did. I just missed the shot. There's a guy running away on that. I can't even VATS him, but I could technically shoot him with his gun. I mean, if you're really not so caring about how many bullets you spend, you could definitely use this gun to just kind of do this thing like I talked about. You hold a position, and you just kind of rain fire on all the little tiny ants you see. Like, I guess depending on the size of your screen, depends on the size of the ants. Probably shouldn't just hit fire. That's probably a lot. But there's guys down there. I could see them, like tiny little ants running around. They're hitting me, though. But as long as you can control that recoil, you can kind of just rain fire with this big old LMG. Now, it's cool that this works. And it does work well. I think it's a good gun in terms of, like... I think I'm hitting the rock. Somewhere in there? Suppressive fire. I don't know what I killed. I really don't want to fall to death, but... I'm getting super framey down in here, too, though, right? There's a guy over there. Bingo. I have poor eyesight, I guess, but like it's probably not actually the deal. It's just the dot people are tiny, like they're so far away, and it's very hard to see. Like I said, without a true proper scope here, it's a little bit tough to see. Like more people down here. Who's shooting at me? Huh? I'm like just shooting at bullet tracers at this point. Like somebody's in there, maybe. Vaguely hitting them. There you go, just spray and pray, right? Like, LMGs are fun for that. That's why I like to use them. And in this particular scenario. Can I get around this without falling? Thank you. Guy way up in that building somewhere. Dead. Absolutely wrecked. Dog running. No. Not allowed. Somebody in that building over there? I mean, we can't actually penetrate, like, with just regular shots like this. And I don't think the bullets is going to let you do that either. But we could technically use the penetrator perk with VATS. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Nah, it's just, that's not enough. You can't penetrate to that surface. Even though I could see him through it. I see your little head. The recoil might be a little bit too much for that, to be fair. Oh, I thought it was a little head. You're dead. But yeah, it's a great gun. This is a good gun. I do like the gun a lot, right? Like, it's just wish that the scopes and stuff for it worked. I don't know what I'm hitting down there, but something. Just literally spinning 200 rounds, 200 rounds, 200 rounds. It's a big light machine gun, and it does have good animations. The sound quality is really nice on it. It feels nice and heavy and chunky, and it does do good damage, right? With the, and you know, if you don't feel like it does, you can always increase the damage modifier there. Just like, I don't know what I'm hitting at, like a MWIII gun there? Just like spraying so hard that it dies. Somebody way over there, dead. The bat's accuracy isn't great at this range. It doesn't have amazing range. I mean, I'm hitting the MWIII in the shell, but it is still dying. Like, you could just unload rounds. You've seen me just like, I mean, I'm not being extremely efficient. I'm intentionally being inefficient because you could really just spray. And like I said, it is weird in third person, but see somebody way down there trying to keep it on target. That guy's probably terrified. He's so suppressed. I know it must not work in third person at all because that's not hitting anywhere near. I'm like, I feel like I'm on target enough. It did say it was jank in third person and doesn't work with power armor, so you know. Unfortunately, that laser's way off of where it's supposed to be, too. No, I guess I mean, we just gotta control the recoil maybe a little bit better. It does sound kind of weird when you tap fire like that. Like, it's a little bit weird. But it's a good gun. It's just, I don't know if it's worth the file size. Like, there's so many other guns in Fallout. I've covered a lot of guns in Fallout in my time. And now, there's nothing super particular wrong with it. Functionally, in first person, these animations work. The sounds work. You do have a decent chunk of scopes to pick from that do work, right? That are functional.
Yes.
But it you know, has some issues, right? Like, it has a Call of Duty gun issue of like having attachments that don't actually, like, I don't think those armor penetrating bullets actually, you know, penetrate armor or whatever like that. They're not going to pierce through walls. The flashlight's kind of weird. Like I said, maybe that's my lighting. Maybe that's the flashlight. Bird. Institute spies need to die. But yeah, it's a good gun. It's just, I don't know if it's worth 230 fucking megabytes of file size. You guys let me know what you think. The Pulemyot 762 or the pecheneg, I believe is how you say it. The real life gun. Let me know what you think of this weapon down in the comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you guys want to check out this mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page. Or the Nexus mod page. You can download this mod for yourselves there. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe that we can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm Timmy B, and I will see you in the next episode.